these are the words of Jolly Jane Toppan. It is my ambition to have killed more people, more helpless people, than any man or any woman who has ever lived. Jane Toppan was born Honora Kelley around 1857 in Boston, Massachusetts. She was the youngest of 4 girls, and she was born into a poor Irish family. Her mother died of tuberculosis, and her father tried to take care of his 4 daughters, but it was said that he was neglecting and abusing them. Her father was known as the town crazy, for lack of a better word. He was a tailor and was said to have gone so mad that he sewn his own eyes shut, and he was nicknamed Kelly the Crack. Kelly the Crack. Kelly the Crack. Kelly the Crack. Honora and her sisters all went to an orphanage on Boston's South End, and they were all sent to live with families. But they all led very problematic and troubled lifestyles, such as prostitution, alcoholism, and experimenting with drugs. Jane began to become an indentured servant, and she was passed off as an Italian girl whose family was lost at sea to anybody that visited the Toppan household. Their household was in Lowell, Massachusetts. She did attend high school in Lowell, and even though her servitude with the family came to an end at one point, she decided to stay with them. So it was almost as if they had adopted her as their own, but she was their servant. At 33, she began to train as a nurse at Cambridge Hospital in 1887. She was incredibly outgoing, and she was jolly, and that was where she earned the nickname Jolly Jane. She was incredibly outgoing, and her fellow students at first really loved her, but then they very quickly grew to kind of detest her bubbly, eccentric, at times gossipy attitude. And she was known to pathologically lie, and very egregious lies. She grew very interested in autopsies, and at the time was dabbling in experimenting with drugs on her patients. I'm sorry, that car is so loud, I apologize. Now this is a testimony from one of her patients named Amelia Finney. She was a patient of Jane's in 1887 and had an operation. Jane gave her a dose of what she calls bitter medicine, which made her incredibly groggy, and Jane climbed into bed with her and began to kiss her all over. And Finney thought she was dreaming, and it was just the medicine and her surgery, but this would later be disproven when Jolly Jane was in custody. hospital, but she recklessly gave out opiates, and she was recommended to be a private nurse for more wealthier clients, and she was highly recommended to do that. Again, she seemed super cheerful and compassionate as a nurse, but she was very manic, and it was almost like there was two different sides to her. She befriended her elderly landlord and his wife, and subsequently they became her victims. She was often quoted by her colleagues to say that there was no use in keeping elderly people alive. In 1889, she poisoned an ill patient in a Cambridge hospital named Mary McClear. A month later, she killed a close friend so that she could take her job at the St. John's Theological School in Cambridge, but that job did not last either. Jane then targeted her own foster sister, Elizabeth Toppan Brigham, and they went for a picnic in the Cape, and she laced her sister's food with arsenic. And this is a quote directly from Jane once again. "I held Elizabeth in my arms and watched with delight as she gasped her last life out." So she assimilated herself into her sister's home and tried to marry her husband. And when that didn't work, she, tried to poison him, thinking that she could win his affections by poisoning him and then bringing him back to life and liveliness, and he would be so enthralled with her. But that did not work. He kind of got on to her instabilities, and he kicked her out. She then attempted suicide and did spend some time in a mental hospital. In 1901, many people became increasingly suspicious of Jane, and an investigator suspected her of killing a family, the Davis family. A toxicologist was consulted, and he was able to check the family members to see if there were any poisoning involved. I believe she was working with the Davis family as well. And indeed, there was morphine poisoning. Jane was arrested on October 29th, 1901 in Amherst, New Hampshire, and she went on trial in the summer of 1902. She confessed to her lawyer that she killed at least 31 people, but perhaps as many as 100. She claimed that she went on a killing spree because she was dumped by a boyfriend at 16 years old. And she claimed that if she were married and had a family and was living a good, upscale Christian life, that she would have never have been drawn to doing such dark, dastardly deeds. She was founded not guilty by reason of insanity. She remained at Toppan Hospital until her death on August 17th, 1938. Some attendants claimed that in her state of deterioration, she combustion happens. That was terrible, though. I am so sorry for that.